Look, I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, call it audible. Serving up them Hail Marys till the game over with the showstopper. So hot, you gotta blow on it. I said I'll huff and I'll puff, then I'll pass to my left while I'm looking to my right. Hit him right in the chest. It be looking like magic. Better give me the throne. I ain't talking about Patrick, but I rep my home. I'm never at the end of my zone. I'm bad to the bone. Eating up these pig skins like they chicharrones. And you a douche cabron. Mira at the mirror on the wall. I'm the greatest of them all. They gon' put me in the hall. Your name is only written in a bathroom stall. Quit your stalling and make a play. My drive too long. Pop the clutch, I don't pump the brakes. I know what it takes to gain the muscle, get rugged. These butterfingers be fumbling. Squash the scrimmage and rub it in Robitussin. How I give them concussion. They seeing double, they rushing and pass the shovel. The dirt and rubble, I bury them under it. Stay in your huddle and get 10 yards back. Never turn your back. I'ma pull your flag. I go full contact. Out punch, out kick like a shotgun blast on one out snap. It's a fact that I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, calling audible. Serving up them Hail Marys till the...
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to a new episode of Hush My Podcast. And I want to get into the episode by introducing the guys, starting with Austin Cook. What's good, man?
Yep. What's up? I'm Austin.
You look happier than you did earlier. Oh, now, next guy is Harish. What's good, my guy?
What up, what up? How goes it?
And I am your host, Josh Sr. And before we get into the episode, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Austin on his news. We received a couple of days ago. Well, he received a couple of days ago. Let everybody know, Austin, your news.
So we talked about we're expecting a baby, and we found out it was a girl. So we're having a baby girl.
Let's go.
You heard
Go
it
Dad.
here. He is a girl dad,
Mhm.
and she's gonna be repping that Colts. Hopefully with a different quarterback by then.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, how you guys feeling, man? You know, it's today has been pretty depressing day, but I want to shine light on not only the positive instead of the bad day, because today is, guys,
The anniversary of something.
the anniversary of something. No, it's the
Oh.
100th episode, guys.
Oh yeah. That's our 100th episode. I knew
Episode.
that. That was my second guess.
You were close enough. We've been on this thing. This thing been going for a couple of years. Huh?
That is technically an anniversary, though.
You can say that, yeah.
Yeah.
You can say that. It's our 100th episode that we're recording tonight, and I'm excited to celebrate that. Especially with the news with Austin being a girl dad and just everything around that, him and just this episode, special episode. So I want to cheers to everybody else. And where is my clap?
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, that's my clap, guys.
Hey, nice little soundboard there. Oh, the host is stepping up his game.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm getting better and better, man.
We must
Good
all
morning.
elevate.
What time zone you on?
What time zone? I'm in the Eastern time zone.
No, I was talking about Cody. Is that Cody?
Cold Day TV. Cold Day. Special guest appearance by Daniel Jones.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's the Jags fan. But anyway, let's get into the episode, guys. Starting with our sponsorship at fanbattlesports.com. You can preview all of our past episodes. You can check out our articles and also check out the merch that is on the website. On the way to the website, so you can check us out when everything is moving forward with the new branding and stuff like this. So get into that episode with the news we received today. And that is Daniel Jones has been named the starter for the 2025 season. You heard it. Daniel Jones is the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. It's not Anthony Richardson. It is Daniel Jones. how we feeling. I let Harish go ahead and just, tell his part of how he feel about that.
Spotlight. It's organizational failure to me. Like it's not about this is less about Jones and AR. It's not about, the battle itself. This is strictly about organizational failure. And for those of you that understand the timeline of Anthony Richardson, right? And first off, you guys know, and you guys, it's well documented. I wasn't an Anthony Richardson like fan as far as like drafting him where we drafted him. It
Yeah,
wasn't my,
CJ
I
Stroud was
didn't
your
want
guy.
that, right? But here's the problem. Here's why I say this is organizational failure. You drafted a 19-year-old, or maybe he was 20 when they drafted him. He was young, very young,
Yeah,
right? You
Yeah.
drafted him knowing his athletic freakiness, like he's a freak athlete, right? Tested very, very well. Unbelievable arm, insane athlete. Like you knew what you were getting. You threw him into the fire as the franchise quarterback in year one because he was a top 5 pick. After coming out and saying that, like, hey, he's going to need some developmental time, you throw him into the fire. It's been a roller coaster the entire time he's been here, whether he's been hurt, he's been benched, he's been hurt, he's been benched, he's been whatever, right? And now you go through an offensive coordinator, you have this turmoil in the front office, whether it's, you know, Shane not believing in him, the GM going back and forth on what you need for him. You build an offense around him, and now you get to a point to where it's like, okay, you put a bunch of old veterans behind him as backups that don't really help him get better or anything like that. So you fail the man as you fail the young man as a starter. Now you get to this season and his 4th year, basically, really the last year before you determine, or no, it's his 3rd year, right? So this is year 3, right? So you have to figure out if this is the guy at this point. You bring in a 7-year vet who has already shown, now granted, same circumstances, right? A 7-year vet that's already shown that um he
nothing.
he isn't like he's not good enough, right? Or he's shown the same struggles, right? You bring him in as part of a QB competition, and then you kind of like pseudo talk around it for a while, and it just kind of makes it seem like, this is just kind of happening.
Right,
And it felt like everything turned on Sunday, where the media started saying, like the Colts were acting weird, and like some of the things that they were saying like just didn't add up to AR being the guy, right? So the whole thing. So when you get to today, the whole thing has become essentially a circus, and it's led by organizational dysfunction at the very, very top. It starts with whatever, rest in peace, Jim Irsay, whatever he was doing or not doing to hold Chris Ballard accountable, right? Chris Ballard was not doing to hold Shane Steichen accountable the last 2 years. And ultimately, it's turned into taking this young quarterback prospect, really is what he was, project, and just messing up the entire thing, and doing what Chris Ballard does, right? You try to get the fan base behind a guy, build him up, and you just completely tear it all apart.
right.
And that to me is it is literally unforgivable. Like this fan base is like, this regime is done. I'm done with this regime. Get rid of them, all of them. Chris Ballard, Shane Steichen, the Water Boy, the whatever, like the equipment manager, the towel scout, like I don't care who it is. Get rid of all of them. Jim Bob Cooter, uh, I don't care who, and get rid of all of them. And for Jaguars fans that want to come in here and talk about 2 free wins, you have a quote unquote generational quarterback who has a worse record than our quarterbacks. I don't know what you guys are celebrating because you have this touted number one pick who can't even win more than 8 games more than once, and he's a 5-year starter that you just gave an extension to. You still can't build a team around him. So I don't know what you're like really excited about.
Well, not to mention AR and Trevor, not AR, Trevor and Daniel Jones have the same similar stats. So you got one guy's a
And
first
Trevor's
overall.
never beaten Daniel Jones, so I don't know what you're excited about.
Oh yeah, Jones is 1-0. Yeah, you're right. He 1-0 against the Jags against Trevor. So I'll let Austin go ahead and speak his mind on the news of Daniel Jones being a starter. So before I get into my take,
Yeah, I mean, Harish pretty much said it all. It's just like they preach, uh, be patient, patience. He needs patience. He needs time. He needs reps. And then they bench him last year for Joe Flacco, and now they're benching him this year for Daniel Jones. So I don't know if like why they're preaching patience whenever they have no patience. It's not a good look for any of them. Um, it sucks because like all us here wanted to see AR play this year. We wanted to see him see if he actually did improve, see his improvements, what happened. But now we don't get the chance to because unless like I don't hope Jones gets hurt, but unless he gets hurt, we're not going to see AR. Is what Shane Steichen pretty much said. Uh, so to me, it sucks because like they're saying one thing and then doing the opposite.
and that's where we all scratch our head at, because like you said, they preach, like Teresa said, preach, trust the process and the young kid, and that Shane Steichen came out. Um, Ed Dodds came out, and then also the GM Chris Ballard came out and said that we're gonna give AR, even the GM, the new GM Quality came out. Gordon Ursay came out. Ursay Gordon came out and said that they're gonna give him until his contract ends to see what he can do. Um, we don't. I don't know if this is them giving him what they should have given him for his year one rookie year. Let him sit behind somebody and learn how to be a pro quarterback. I'm not sure why would you do that in year three. And he's worked towards what they've been wanting, the check downs and the footwork and so like his mechanics. He's been working on that. I get it that it wasn't a finished product, but we don't get to see him in a live game show what he's been working on during the off season since it was his first full season off season, which is make things very disappointing to say the least because guy did that, young kid did that, and he don't get to display it. At least this year, he don't get to display it, and it is frustrating for fans all wanted that. Some did want Daniel Jones because he had the experience as a quarterback being in the league for what 6 years, 7 years, but he has a losing record as a starting quarterback, and that's why he got cut with the Giants and ended up being a backup with the Vikings, and now in his third team. It's very disappointing for Shane to say this once again that Daniel Jones or another quarterback give us a better chance to win. We saw that with Joe Flacco last year, and he ended up having less wins than Anthony Richardson. We we know what we're going to get from Daniel Jones. I'm not saying he's a turnover machine or he just don't have it. He just don't have it as a quarterback. He's not going to wow you and throw for 400-500 yards a game. Uh, he's not going to beat a team. I mean, like I said, he has a losing record as a quarterback. His intangibles are pretty bad. His completion is about the same as they are. I think they both bottom as far as quarterbacks in terms of quarterback. So you got the same quarterback. Why not go out with the guy that's had the high upside and higher upside? And they didn't do that. And it's disappointing for fans to see. We got to go through this season with a bunch of disappointment. Now, granted, things can happen. We can have our own Baker Mayfield moment or Sam Donner or what's the guy that was in Seattle, the quarterback, Geno Smith. Can have that type of season. We don't know that. Week one is not here yet. We haven't seen the game yet. We just know what we already have, or we've seen from Daniel Jones, and it just wasn't good at all. So, uh, embrace, embrace the season, guys. It's gonna be a long season. If we got 17 games, it may feel like 24 games because it's gonna be a long season. And Shane Steichen already said that he's not gonna, give Daniel Jones a short leash. So it's not like where he played bad and then we're gonna start Anthony Richardson. Only reason, only way Anthony Richardson would start would be due to injury. So we got to suffer through this full season. Cody said, "Which quarterback would you rather have, Daniel Jones or Trevor? Be honest." Anybody want to answer that? Nobody. Uh, pretty
I
much.
mean, if we had Trevor Lawrence in this offense, we'd probably be Super Bowl favorites. Let's
Ooh,
just be honest. Like, I think Trevor Lawrence in this offense would make, and with the combination of like, if we had a mid defense, like a middle of the tier defense with Trevor Lawrence in this offense, the Colts would probably be not like contenders, right? Like, think about it. It's a really solid offensive line, barring nobody gets injured, right? Really solid offensive line, right?
right.
Great running back, top 8 in the league. You have
Yeah.
a plethora of receivers. Again, no true number one receiver. I don't care what anybody says. We don't have a true number one, but you got a plethora of receivers that can do a lot of different things, right? And you have a tight end that can bail them out.
Yeah.
And I would pick our offensive weapons any day of the any day of the week over what the Jaguars have on offense.
I can I can agree to that because I don't think Jaguars have a complete offensive weapons. They do have Brian
We have a
Thomas.
bunch of people.
They have Travis Hunter, but they lost, Ingram, and then we don't know their running backs. Who is the
ETN
starter?
can't stay healthy.
Yeah, can't stay healthy. And
Tootin,
off
we
the
don't know
line,
who he is. Like, uh, Ba- is it Bashway Tootin, the rookie that they got out of Minnesota, who I think is going to be really good. But I just don't know. Like, we don't know who he's gonna. We don't know what he's gonna be. Travis Hunter is gonna be fine. Like, I think Travis Hunter is gonna be great. But would you trade Travis Hunter, just Travis Hunter, for everything that we have? I wouldn't.
no, oh no,
There, like,
we got more. Like you said, we got more weapons. They all do
yeah,
different things inside this offense.
exactly. Like, I wouldn't trade Travis. Like, if you're like, hey, you can have Michael Pittman Jr., AD
Got it.
Mitchell, and Josh Downs, and we'll give you Travis Hunter. I wouldn't take that.
Hell
There's
no.
no way I would take that. No, I wouldn't. No, 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 no. I could argue that because Travis Hunter is a two-way player, AD Mitchell is a much more complete receiver than Travis Hunter is, and probably will be, because Travis Hunter is a two-way player.
Now, if you Arena, do you trade Doolin for Hunter?
You say who?
Um, Irina Hogan, she's a big Doolin fan, and she said that he got messed over after they named him as one of the specialists on punt return, kickoff return. So she said that was wrong. That he played enough to be in the crack the starting lineup for us. Not starting lineup, crack one of the receivers. I don't know who else made it.
Doolin? I
Yeah.
don't even know why the guy's on the team anymore.
Yeah. She said that they.
Oh, I don't really care what she says. I don't care why he's on the team anymore. I just don't understand why he's on the team. He's only on the team. We have punt returners too. We don't even need him to return punts anymore.
Oh,
Like, we've got that taken care of too.
he said, "What about the Keenan Moore cryptid tweet? He does it a lot. Maybe he's not happy with the move.
No, I don't take anything Kenny Morris does seriously. Kenny Moore's a troll.
Yeah, pretty much bait everybody into paying attention to his tweets. Same thing with Pat McAfee.
Yeah,
Who's,
Kenny Moore's a troll. I don't pay attention to anything he says.
anything else before we move on to our next topic?
No, I'm good.
Well, I think you mentioned part of this already. Did the organization fail Anthony Richardson? I think you already alluded to that, Harish. But I'll let Austin go ahead and speak his mind. You can still speak your mind as well.
I mean, yeah, he needed time, like I said before, and he's been injured. He's not done himself any favors. He's failed himself in a way, but they've also failed him. It's like everyone involved is in the wrong. Um, but benching him is just the hitting the nail on the coffin that this whole thing is just a failure.
Yeah, I saw a tweet from you earlier advocating for Arch Manning. Uh, are you still are you standing on business with that, or you was trolling?
I mean, he said it himself. He's taking it day by day. I know I know Harish says otherwise, but I'm just saying what he said. And if he comes out, then I mean, it is what it is. I would love to have him as the quarterback.
Oh, are you talking about Arch? What Arch said today?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you had, yeah.
he was asked about Archie saying that he's going to be in high school for or college for 2 more years, and Arch was basically, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm just taking it day by day. And they're the Mannings, man. They all troll. Like
They
Archie's a
all
big
answer the same
troll
question
too.
the same way. Yeah, they all do that.
Yeah. Like they're clowning on like I think he's just clowning on his grandpa. Like I don't think Arch is thinking about when he's gonna come out into the NFL draft. Arch is thinking about next Saturday.
Correct.
That's what Arch is thinking about. I don't think he cares what's happening in the draft. I don't think he really knows, right? But I mean, if you just look at the family history, they don't come out early in the draft.
Yeah.
Like they've said on a multitude of occasions, we believe in college. Like go look at all the successful quarterbacks in the league right now. They all have over 30 starts in college. All of them. Jaden Daniels started over 30 games at LSU. Josh Allen, albeit it was at Wyoming, played 3 years at Wyoming. Patrick Mahomes was a 4-year starter at Tech, if I remember correctly, or 3-year starter at Tech. I mean, Baker Mayfield was a 3-year starter at Tech and then 2-year starter at Oklahoma, over 30 starts. Like these guys have a lot of it. Anthony Richardson started like 5 games in college. Look at where he's at now.
In the NFL, fourth overall pick.
Struggling,
Struggling.
right?
Yeah.
So Daniel Jones only started a season in college at Duke. At Duke. Didn't even play like high level football. He played freaking North Carolina every year. I mean the proof is in the pudding. Like you've got to start high level football, and what better level football to have experience in than the best conference in the country.
I agree. Uh, so to your point, you know, with all you mentioned, do you think, or do you feel as the organization failed Anthony Richardson, or he didn't do any justice to himself?
Are you asking me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Organizational failure. This is organizational failure. This is an organizational failure.
Yeah, I agree.
They
Like Teresa said, uh, we invested in AR, play him, and stay true to your word. I mean, and they haven't done that. They tried to go back and forth with their word last year, and this year they just pretty much just saying, "Hey, well, we don't trust him." Uh, and I think that play last week of him not understanding their hot read, probably done it for him. I think they already knew at that
maybe.
point. Daniel
Yeah,
Jones,
because it got him hurt. Like they could say, you don't even know what you're doing out there, and you're gonna get yourself hurt.
correct.
This is the like I could get that. Like it makes a lot of sense. But the problem is you've invested, you've already played patty cake with this career. At this point, you need to know if he's the guy.
Correct.
Because over the next 2 years, there's a lot of really good quarterbacks that are coming out, and you've got to figure out if you're going to invest the next 1 to 2 years in him and potentially miss out on getting one of those quarterbacks, or if you're going to move on. Like you have to know that. I think they have to know that this year. And now I don't think they have any other options. If they're saying that Daniel Jones doesn't have a short leash, they have no options but to trade Anthony Richardson.
Well, that's understandable as well. When you're saying, Daniel Jones is again giving us the best chance to win, and it seemed like it was a win now move, but can he win? We don't know yet. We haven't seen him in our uniform. I mean, what he had with the Giants, you can't make excuses. He didn't have much other than Saquon Barkley and Evan Ingram at the time when he started. and they did nothing to give him offensive line and any other weapons on the offensive side to uh, to play. Because they come from Duke. He's a Duke quarterback,
Yeah.
top 10 pick. They didn't
Yep.
give him enough for their top 10 lottery pick, and we're here now. So, getting up, I'm gonna check some more comments, and then we can go ahead and move on to the next um, segment. He ain't going to the Steelers, man. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think he go to the Steelers. I don't think the team would trade him to the Steelers.
The Steelers.
Yeah, that's what Cody said. That he'll
Mm,
go crazy as a Steeler.
oh, if they trade, maybe.
I don't know if they couldn't do
I don't
well
know.
with Justin
Yeah, I
Fields.
don't know.
They won't do too much with Anthony Richardson. And they
I mean, can they develop a quarterback? Like they've never developed a quarterback.
Big Ben,
I
maybe.
guess Big Ben.
What round was he? He wasn't first round though.
He was a first rounder. He was like mid first round.
Okay,
I'm pretty
it's
sure.
good, Josh. You just checking in. We're talking about did the organization fail AR, and most of us, all of us, are saying yeah, they have failed him up to this point, but he also haven't helped himself uh, stamp his place into the team. He haven't done enough. Uh, Too many inconsistencies for him surrounding him. I mean, same thing with Daniel Jones, but I guess he, um, as Shane Steichen said, he did a lot of things that AR couldn't do. So that's where we at now. I don't get it, but we're gonna roll with what they say. Now we up to this point. Now it is time to get rid of Chris Ballard and Shane Steichen. It is time. Once you make a move like this, you made it twice in 2 years to your young quarterback. You benched him twice. How can you go? How can you go? How can you? Where can you go from here after you made this move? You just told the guy that he's not good enough to start again. So to this point, it is time for a new regime. It's time for a new GM. It is time for a new head coach. Both are on a hot seat making this move. I don't know if it's supposed to be win now move or I don't know if it's tanking move. But do you guys agree that it is time to move on from Chris Ballard and also Shane Steichen? I know you already how you feel, Reese. I haven't heard
I laid it all out. I laid it all out.
Austin. It's just time to make a move.
Um, so I think the only way that you can stick with Ballard and Steichen is if Daniel Jones turns out to be the guy, like enough to get an extension, enough to get us into the playoffs, enough to win us the division. Like if he comes out this year and we win 12 games, we can't fire them. Like they're just not going to.
It's tough to
They're
do.
gonna give Jones an extension. But like if we go out there and
Oh, I
win
hope not.
8 games or below, how can you go back to Ballard and Steichen? It doesn't make any sense, especially if we're picking a new quarterback. We need to just go ahead and get a new head coach and a new GM.
Yeah. Teresa said, we got all these guys, all these great players I've watched after year, and uh, that can reach their potential. I mean, and have a new quarterback every year too. I mean, she's pretty much saying what we all said. You know, uh, that's sad because they are good players. They could still be a great player somewhere. Hopefully, there's still time here, and I agree. I hope it's time for him to still be the quarterback that we drafted him, be a top 5 pick. But Austin, like you said, this is in a nutshell what we have to do. What it should probably going to be in the off season. Granted, depending on what the record is, we're winning division. It's hard to fire them guys. It's hard. I
Yeah,
mean,
and that's a big what if as
yeah,
well, because like I just don't see Daniel Jones doing that well, like
right.
personally. But we'll see.
Go ahead, Reese. Go ahead. You have the floor.
Yes,
And
it's time. Get rid of them all. Clean house. That's it. It's time to move on. Chris Ballard should have been gone 5 years ago. It's been long overdue for him. Sorry. And then yeah, we could absolutely. I mean, Shane Steichen, like you had one good year, one last year was whatever. Daniel Jones better be like to me. He better be like a Pro Bowler. Like he better be like a Pro Bowler for, and we better win like 11 or 12 games
for
if he wants to keep his job.
whew, that's a big one. That's a big if. That's a
Like
big
if
one.
this team goes 8-9, man, if we even have a chance to go, like if we're at 7-9, I'm firing him. You're not even coaching the last game, and you're not
17.
GMing the last. Yeah, you're not even invited.
Yeah, we're bringing Jeff Saturday back.
No, we're not even. No, you know what, Reggie, go coach that game.
Hey, I would not be mad about that. I would
Yeah,
not. I would not.
Reggie, come on,
I would
Reggie.
not be mad.
Pat, go call Pat. Pat, go coach the game.
Hey, that's a sneaky good pickup. You know, having Pat
Hey,
as
he just got to announce. He just got to announce it from the booth. All right, all right, guys, go run that play.
yeah.
You gonna get down in here.
Well, from what Josh is saying, with the first pick in the 2026 NFL draft, and that was Coach Select.
I don't want the first pick in the 26. I want the first pick in the 27 draft. This
Right.
team is just not good enough or bad enough to not be to like. That's the other thing. I don't think we're bad enough to like tank this year.
Yeah, I don't
This
see
team
that
is just good enough to be like maybe top 8, between like 8 and 15.
thing. Yeah.
And
It
I was
was,
looking at the potential quarterbacks in that range, and you might get somebody decent. Let's see. You
yeah.
could get like I don't think it's good enough to get like Cade Klubnik or Garrett Nussmeyer or anything like that, right? Like which is obviously like those are
Maybe
the
Gary.
guys.
Maybe Gary.
Huh?
Maybe Gary will probably drop
No,
to us.
it's
You
not
don't
gonna
think
happen.
so? What about Sellers?
Maybe Sellers. Sellers might be the one. Um, I think if the trajectory goes as I think it will go, and again, we don't know what's gonna happen, right?
Oh, guys, guess who we have?
Is this the Anvil? Hello, welcome to the
Oh,
Anvil podcast. All of a sudden,
oh, whoa, whoa,
did we join
whoa,
another show? Hey, what up,
whoa!
Anvil crew?
I, oh my bad, my bad for such impromptu notice. Once again, Austin, congratulations again. Just want to let you know. However, I didn't see you hosting today, so we got to get that cleaned up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, how's everybody feeling today?
You want the truth, or you want the PG?
Don't I always want the truth? What are we talking about?
I
Chris, we're
feel
doing
like
great, man. We're about to win a Super Bowl with Daniel Jones.
I mean, when are you playing this Madden game? Because I don't.
I've been playing it. I'm already in year 3.
I feel like the rat poop in
out,
Jacksonville.
out. You feel like what?
The rat poop in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean,
That's pretty bad.
it's pretty. Yeah, yeah,
You
it's
guys
awful.
tuning in. This is Chris Chat, guy that started the podcast with us back in 23, 22. Oh yeah, I don't remember the year.
It was no, I think it had to be.
Was it 23?
We laughed about the fact that the Titans drafted Traylon Burks after trading AJ Brown.
That's right. That was 20. That was like 22. That was 3 years ago.
That's 22. Yeah. Oh
Ooh.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Dang.
So he's here to give us his opinion, and also be a part of the 100th episode, since he was part of that, the
Abs-
building of that. So
Absolutely. And congratulations on the big 100,
yeah,
because that, like I said, that's no small feat. Um, I have I have more faith in you guys' ability to deliver than I do in Daniel Jones. But I mean, that's. I mean, I think that's a given. But I know
I
I
mean, my
interrupted.
record is pretty stellar. We're 100-0.
Exactly. And meanwhile, in what, in 69 games, Daniel Jones has won 24 of them.
Oof.
Yeah.
That record. That record might be better than Trevor Lawrence. Still,
Oh,
generational talent, Trevor Lawrence.
oh man.
You might be right. You might be
I'm just
right.
saying.
Oh
I'm,
my.
I'm just saying.
They say you're speechless. It was it me or you that was
Oh,
speechless?
when I was coughing about like when I was choking up before saying that the regime is over.
They said eighth pick.
You know. Speaking of regimes being over, you know who I owe an apology to?
Who?
I owe an apology to our boy, the Ryan Grigson lover.
Hmm?
Do you guys
Oh,
remember who I'm talking about? What's his name?
Dan Jokic.
Yeah, that guy. Man, that guy is eating it up at this point.
Oh, he's having a good day. He's having a field day.
He's eating up the whole thing. Well, Austin Ballard was terrible 7 years ago.
She said you are brutally honest, Harish, and she like it. Teresa said you are honest, and she like it.
I appreciate that. We're gonna need the GM or head coach. You nominate me. Listen, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I did win the Super Bowl in year one with Anthony Richardson on Madden. I'm just saying. I'm just
So,
saying.
so, so Chris, would you jumping in? The topic was, is it time for
Is it
the?
time for what?
There you go.
Is it time for what? Because it's time for a
So
lot of
football.
stuff. Is it time to get rid of Ballard and Steichen?
Yes.
I have never been more fire Ballard than I am now. And in regards to Steichen, I like the thing that like Steichen is perplexing to me.
You should be sleeping.
And yes, I should be sleeping this nightmare off a day off, Josh, but you know what? I can't because I had to come on here with the guys to formally congratulate them on 100 and talk about the fact that this and I said this earlier, this organization right now is a rudderless boat. We are doing good enough to get by and just float on, but we're not aggressively moving in any direction. I mean, the ship isn't sinking, but also we're literally in the middle of the ocean with no paddles, just floating in a boat. So I mean, as it stands right now, we are who we are, and we're not going to be better than what we are right now until we finally just go ahead and just you know, take Chris Ballard out to pasture and put his GM ship out of misery at this point.
Uh, I need you to, go ahead and, we haven't had a good roast from you in a while. It's been about a couple of months. But Cody wants us to give a key to the city. Uh, I'll let you have this one. We already roasted him already, so it's your turn.
Oh, well, I mean, if we're being honest, because now, you know, Jacksonville has now put all their hopes into a head coach who came in and even said their famous tagline hilariously incorrect. And then now they have a GM who looks like he came in the third in the World Championships of League of Legends. So, I mean, if you really want to just be honest about exactly where the Jacksonville Jaguars are, I don't think that they're off any better than they were before. I mean, the guy he showed up wearing a hoodie and the pea coat like he was 2008 Justin Timberlake. And you expect me to believe that this guy's going to right the ship on this franchise that is ran as terribly as I'm going to say a bakery ran by a 3-year-old whose only experience in the kitchen was an easy bake oven. Like I don't want to hear anything about this team with the Jacksonville Jaguars who had the generational talent, and meanwhile now you know for a fact that you just have a long-haired carrot at quarterback that you're hoping can turn it around. You're never going to convince me that the Jacksonville Jaguars are anything more than an expansion team right now. Like we may be going through bad times, but Jacksonville Jags fans, they get worried the way that we do when they are actually winning. So that should tell you everything that you need to know about that team. you rat infested, femurless weirdos. I'm not gonna take any slander from y'all because at the end of the day, you have to prove to us that you're a legitimate franchise before we send you over to the fan-controlled football league, right where you belong.
So another thing that we mentioned as well
Wow,
is
that
that
was
we have our own version
Thank
of
you.
Trevor Lawrence on our team. He's just making 14 million.
Yeah, and if we're looking at both of them, I don't know if you guys are aware, but Daniel Jones and Trevor Lawrence had extremely identical stats through, I believe it was I think the stat was like 65 games or 66 games, but actually the stats weren't just like nearly identical. I think Daniel Jones actually edged out Trevor Lawrence in a few different stats.
I
So
tried to
especially
tell
in
him
that
earlier.
main column.
Yeah, it's pretty awful because, I mean, is Daniel Jones good? I don't think so, but he also wasn't tabbed as a generational prospect coming out of college. So,
We
He
got
might be the best quarterback prospect coming out of Duke ever, though.
but that's not
yep.
hard with Duke.
I'm just saying, like, since we're all out here spitting facts about Jags fans and stuff, I'm just spitting a fact about Daniel Jones.
Hey guys, we like the guys we have. Like the
Well, we
good.
have
I
no
actually don't think
choice.
we do, though. That's the problem. Well, actually, I do. I do like the guys. I actually do like the guys we have.
But we're gonna move on to the next banner. I don't know how much time we have with Chris. Well, we're gonna go
I
ahead
got I
and
got about 10 more minutes. It's my youngin's first day back at school tomorrow, so got to make sure that he gets right and everything's all good. So
Good
well
old school.
we got two more things, and then we'll let you go about your way of getting the kid ready for school. I understand that.
okay,
So, Colts signed veteran cornerback ex right not back ex Miami Dolphin cornerback All Pro 2 year. I think he had 2-time All Pro,
yeah,
4-time Pro Bowler, and Xavier Howard. Since you were the guest on the show, not really guest, like you're playing with lotion. Oh,
catch up.
okay. I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
catch up.
What is
Lotion,
right?
Jesus Christ, sir, I'm in the kitchen.
I was like, what is going on?
What
Same
the
thing.
fuck?
We'll let you go ahead and go, then we'll let Austin go since we haven't had much. Um, but yeah, how you feel about this move? You know,
It's a
getting
depth
played
signing.
depth
It's
signing.
a depth signing. Yeah, I
Oh,
mean the
right.
thing is, it's just like he was out last year. That I think that had more so to do with the off the field stuff that he had going on.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's 32. You've been out of the league for about a year. I don't think that they signed him for him to be like an immediate impact guy. I just think our that room is just so decimated right now. You need to get any type of veteran presence you can in there, at least starting. So that right there is just a move that makes sure that we get as much, get as many bodies that we can in the room while that room kind of also heals too.
He's definitely banged up. We lost Womack today, so
Yeah,
uh,
Womack was limping off. Like, and the thing is, like I said, well, like I think the one thing that is a good thing is that they haven't ruled out Jones or Brents yet. Like, it's not going to be okay, well, not like a Wally situation,
yeah,
but like I said, in the meantime, you still need to have people there so that you can, practice with, and if those guys aren't ready to go, week one, then you have somebody who's also familiar with Lou Anarumo.
yeah. He was his DB coach for 2 years in Miami, so
Exactly. So there's familiarity there, that's for sure.
yep. Go ahead, Austin. How you feel about this move?
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked it better a few years ago, but I mean, as long as he's not washed, I feel like it's a good depth signing. Like you said, he's familiar with Lou's defense, and we're banged up, so we needed to get somebody in there, and like I said, as long as he's not washed, it'll be good.
You know,
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead, Arish.
I think like Ballard woke up this morning and was like, "Let's check the mail today. What's in here?" Oh wow, look, David Ballard's free agent. It took me a while to get this in the mail. I didn't know that. And nobody told me this like 2 years ago. And so he finally got the letter in the mail. We might get lucky, like 4 years from now, he might find out Trey Hendrickson's available for trade.
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
this is also true.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad we got him, but like Austin said, we should have got this guy like 2 years ago. Like we could have used him like a couple of years ago. So, snail mail Ballard, typical snail mail.
I think
But I'm glad we got him.
I think was it last year that we talked about him. Last year we mentioned signing him. I think we ended
I
up
feel
getting.
like it was last
The
year
last
and
two
the year
years.
before, right? Yeah,
Last
it
two
was like
years, yeah.
I
he
think we got.
he had some injury with Miami, got released after his All Pro year, and we're like, dude, we need this guy. Like our second running back, our second cornerback was like me. I was like, man,
Well,
we need this.
well, we talked. I think we talked about like him in AR's rookie year because we're just like, yo, like let's sign him.
Yeah,
And then last year, we talked about him for a little while, but then it came out the whole, the stuff that he had going on personally, and we're just like, yeah,
yeah,
you don't want to touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He had that legal issue.
Yeah, that text messaging, the picture
sent
of
the
the
deal to a kid.
Yeah.
yeah, that
Oof,
was that yeah,
brutal
absolutely not.
times.
Yeah, I mean, apparently, I guess the team Ballard said he did his thorough research, and that's the reason why he's now a coach. Uh, I think we all feel like this is not a move the needle signing. It's just a guy that's familiar with Lou, um, and we need a body going into in these couple weeks when we face Miami. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Reach.
No, I'm just
Oh,
agreeing.
Okay, I thought you were about to say something.
Man, you're saying everything I wanted to say, so I got nothing to do but agree.
I mean, it could develop into what we've seen from Gilmore, even though Gilmore won the red carpet.
yeah, but Gilmore was a signing that we we knew what we were getting
Yeah,
because we knew what he had. I think there is still going to be some question marks because he's been away from football for a year and he's 32.
yeah.
So that means that it's just like you have two things that you have to look at and you have to really like take into consideration. Like that's the reason why I say it's just like he's a depth signing, but if for some reason he has to play, he does potentially have the ability to be solid at corner. I just don't think that we're bringing him in believing that he is still in all pro form.
Oh yeah, he
What's what's the deal with Juju? Is he healthy? Like, is he on the team? Like, is he still in the NFL? Like, what's up with him?
Nursing a hamstring. That's it,
Like
just
for like
nursing
what?
a
Like 3
hamstring.
years now? 2 years now?
Yeah, like he was in camp, but then he just started. Like I said, it's just like he got hurt around the same time Jalen Jones did.
Oh, and Jalen Jones isn't back yet, right? Is that a long term injury? Do we know?
think it's Hammy as well, right?
Um, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's hammy. I thought it was a hammy too for him, right?
Yeah, I know one was a hammy, one was a quad.
Jones was quiet. I think
Okay.
I have to go back and look. Um, yeah, and Teresa said it is what it is. As fans, we can do where we go. She said all we can do is go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I
That's
mean,
all we can do. We ain't got much else to do. Or go find another team to go cry about.
and that's I don't want to do that. I do
I don't
that.
want to do that. That's too much work. I've already invested too much in
Too much
this.
work here. So,
Yeah.
Chris, well, we got one more topic, and then you can. We all gonna hang it up.
Okay.
Should Anthony Richardson request a trade? If you saw what the article that Stephen Holder put out saying what the agent is putting out, he said he felt like the uh, the trust is questionable after AR had put in all the work throughout the offseason, did everything that he did all the things that the team asked and required of him, and yet he was not named the starter
Yep.
today. And so they're saying that at this point right now things are questionable. You think that should he trade it? Will he get traded? Or is just right now, just everybody just tempers are flare right now.
No, I don't think that Anthony Richardson should request a trade. I think the organization should give him a trade and trade him away to an organization that's actually going to develop him the way that we should have all along. Anthony Richardson should not have been put out there week one, year one, when you knew for a fact that he was a raw prospect than anybody that you've ever dealt with previously. We aren't a team that was ever able to develop. Regardless of how you revered Shane, you knew that this was not a team that was going to be able to sit back and develop him. And you knew that from day one, It was about using that talent, using that explosiveness, using that athleticism in order to make sure that you put a product out there that was going to be exciting and more so than anything else, sell merchandise and sell tickets. And you screwed up because then he got hurt and then he had to come back last year and he didn't look good. And
Mhm.
then now you're not going to sell me on the fact that you said all these things in the off season and then you said, "Oh yeah, well we need to like sell season tickets and you're giving all these deals and all this other stuff." And then now here you are months later knowing that Daniel Jones is going to be the quarterback who is the least appealing option possible. And you've already sold all these dreams, you've already sold these things, you've already sold this merchandise, and here you are putting Daniel Jones out there. This is calculated. Like
Yeah.
the thing that irritates the hell out of me is that this is business. You knew that if they would have announced that AR was not going to be the guy back in, let's just say, when did we sign Daniel Jones? March or April?
He signed on your free agency. Yeah, free
We
agency
signed, okay, so we signed him in April.
first week.
So if they told the fan base that we signed Daniel Jones not to compete, but that he was going to be the guy who was going to be starting week 1, I imagine that it would have been much harder to sell the tickets. It would have been much harder to sell new merchandise. It would have been much harder to sell all the ideas that they sold in the off season because now you're telling me that Daniel Jones, who you can go back and look at the tape on, and you can see just how much of a dumpster fire he was in New York. You can't sell Daniel Jones potentially being better now, or you couldn't sell it back then because guess what? You know what people are going to say? I don't know that they know what they're doing.
Look at the record right there. His career record.
But now it's easier to sell it now because we're 3 weeks out from the regular season. Everything's already sold. Ticket purchases are already made. Everything's already done. And now everything's finalized. So that's why now it makes it easier for them to go and say, oh, yeah, by the way, Daniel Jones is our guy. Like, honestly, it's just like, just from an organizational standpoint, and I can only speak for me, it feels like a bait and switch to an extent. Because the thing is, even when Shane had his conference today, Shane said, "Oh no, it wasn't solely based on performance." Because if we're being honest, AR did outperform Daniel Jones at least in the games that they had this offseason or in the preseason. Now, if you're talking about what Daniel Jones does in terms of off the field, that's what Shane Steichen was talking about in terms of preparation, in terms of like the work ethic, how he commands the field. I get that. I understand that 100%. Like you're right. But if we're talking about just outperforming people, where you're talking about a QB competition, that's like me saying, Josh, you and I, we're going to play a game of basketball. And then I'm going to say the winner gets $100. And then you end up beating me in a game of basketball, but I say, "Oh no, I'm going to take the $100 because I won, because I had the better shooting form, even though you won by getting the most points." That's what that is.
Which is total BS. And do understand. I do understand why the frustration because they've been showing this clip of on 3rd and 13 where he missed Tyler Warren badly for a first down
Hmm.
in the preseason game. I know it's a preseason game. But you can't see. I don't want to see that in a live game when you got the guy. You know, I can't remember the play that was, but he was hella wide open for the first down. Could have had more yards. He wasn't gonna score a touchdown, but he had a bunch of yards in front of him, a bunch of grass in front of him, and he missed them badly. And when he mentioned being consistent, you can't stay consistent and you see a quarterback that you just named QB1, have that type of misread in a game, whether it's meaningful or not. Just these things it can't happen. I mean, like I said, like Harish and Austin said that we can't have. We know what Daniel Jones brings to the table. Uh, he brings 24, 45, and one as a starting quarterback.
Yeah. And even worse than that, it's just like people have used, "Oh, well, he went to the playoffs and they won a playoff game." Okay, go back and look at that thing. Even look at that season. The man had what, over 3,000 yards passing, 15 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. And you want to use this year as the litmus test, as the barometer?
Yeah,
No, you can't do that. Like you're not going to sell me on that. So the problem is that like Daniel Jones is like he's kind of all over the place. Now he's under center, so of course I'm going to root for him. He's a
Yeah.
Colt, whatever. But the thing is, it's just like these types of moves don't help me to have a lot of faith in this
This
organization as
organization
a
as a
whole.
whole. Yeah. I I understand. I'll kick it over to Austin. What you think about this? Uh, should Anthony Richardson request a trade, or like Chris said, did the team, you know, give him a trade pretty much uh, after they made a mistake, and should they trade him themselves, with him a trade?
Um, you know, it's hard to say because like, yeah, I'm a Anthony Richardson fan.
Yeah,
And I don't want to see him traded, but I would like to see him have another chance somewhere if it's not here. So should he request a trade? It wouldn't surprise me if he did. It wouldn't surprise me if he wanted to, based off what his agent said. But I don't know if he will or if he'll try to maybe win the job back or yeah, I don't know.
I don't like he's gonna win the job back based on what Shane said. Go ahead, Arish. What you think?
Um, this is so hard. Like I don't. If you're not going to trade him, you're going to have to figure out what to do with him, right? Because after in year three, if you're not going to play him, are you going to wait till year four, which basically as a contract year for him, and then decide what you're going to do, and potentially miss out on two classes worth of quarterbacks, like which should be stacked quarterback classes, quote unquote? Like I think the Colts have no choice but to trade him at this point. You've got to figure out like if you are not going to use this, and it's so stupid. Shane's press conference, and this is what pisses me. Somebody needs to like pull Shane off the dang podium and say you're benched until you learn how to talk to the media. Like Jesus Christ, the things that this guy says on the podium, just like what made you think that that was the right answer? And it was interesting to me that was like, oh, Daniel Jones isn't going to have a short leash. He's going to have the full season. We're going to look at it again in the off season. Like, what are we talking about? This is a short term thing. Um, you just said a whole bunch of like stupid stuff, and I'm just like, I just don't like the way he talks to me. I don't like the way he talks at all. Um, the guy needs some media training, but I think the Colts have no choice. In my opinion, they have no choice but to trade him because at this point, you clearly don't think he's the guy, and you're not going to wait for a contract year, um, to figure that out like that because then you have to go in year four and then figure out in year five. Oh, do I go draft Arch Manning or do I go give this guy a $40 million fifth year option? Like,
That's tough.
what do we? No, it's not tough. You go get Arch Manning. Like it's
No, no,
the
no, not
decision
saying,
is
not
not tough.
saying. They're just. I'm saying it's tough to try to wait to see what you can get out of him, and
Right.
then if he does show a glimpse, you're like, well, never mind. We
This
just
should
paid
have been
for it.
that year. Yeah, this should have been that year because then if this year if it didn't work out, he didn't improve at all, you can whitewash the whole thing, say, hey, we gave it a shot. Yes, we screwed up in year one. We gave it a shot year two. He got all of year three. He was completely healthy. We gave him complete control. He showed us he could do enough. He just couldn't do it.
Correct.
Instead, you're now saying, oh, like Daniel Jones's leash is like 30 feet long, and we're not gonna change. And to me, let's just be honest. Like if we start the season 2-5, Daniel Jones is getting benched. I'm just being honest with you. Like if it's rough at 2-5, Daniel Jones is. I don't care what anybody says. So I think it's just this whole like it just goes back to how poorly managed this whole thing
It seems like it seemed like uh, Shane Steichen is the son of Chris Ballard. He know what to say, and it just sounds goofy when he say it. even if he, the tape shows that AR has the highest ceiling and the most potential. We already know what Dane Jones have, and you still say, "Well, he give us the best chance." Same thing with Flacco,
Maybe.
and then Flacco go out and he did have some plays where against Jacksonville where he went neck and neck or went toe to toe with the Jags, and Jacksonville almost won that game. By the way, it still wasn't enough because he had another game where he looked complete shit,
Right.
and I don't like to cuss on the
But
episode, but yeah,
but it goes back to like I also think Shane made this decision for himself. Like Shane knows he's my short leash, right?
yeah.
Like if I don't win today or this year, I'm gone, right? Like he doesn't care what happens next year. Like that whole stupid stuff about like, you know, figuring out in the offseason. That could be either him trying to figure it out or it could be another head coach trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then and like to him that's like I would rather that me be figuring it out. Hopefully this gives me that option or what I don't know. Right? It just goes back to like why even say we'll figure it out in the like it goes back to the media training thing. It's just like you should have never said that. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, don't speak on the off season. Just speak on now.
If you know you don't know you really do. If it was your first year and you said that, okay, yeah, we get it. You don't know that you're going to be here in the offseason. They already threw the other head coach was a potato head, but they threw him under the bus. GM is still here. GM could throw you under the bus too and say, well, hey, yeah, Shane was my guy, but that guy went haywire. Look at who we started. I wanted the franchise guy just like you did, and he throws Shane Steichen under the bus, right? So to me, this is a like a Shane. This is not a Chris Ballard or Carly Ursay or the Ursays. This is like a Shane Steichen. This is Shane saying, I don't care what you say. My job's on the line at the end of the day. So I'm doing what's best for me.
Yeah, what you're saying is, Shane is trying to cover his ass.
Yeah. And Shane might say, yeah, maybe you drafted Anthony Richardson because you said you liked him 3 years ago. Maybe Shane never liked Anthony Richardson. He just kind of rolled with the punches because he was brand new.
Yeah, well, I mean, there should be a pushback. As a head coach, you don't want to coaching a guy.
Yeah, but that goes back on leadership. Like that goes back to like if you went to your boss today, Josh, I always compare the NFL to real life management because that's what it is. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
Just because these guys are like making millions of dollars, their decision making process has to be the same. If you went to your boss today and you're like, "Hey, Josh," or "Hey, Joe, I got this guy Austin. This guy sucks. Like Austin is terrible, right?" And your boss is like, "Yeah, I don't care. Austin was like the generational talent employee that I gave like 20% extra to, and I brought him over, whatever."
Yeah.
He's gonna overrule you. You have to say as the leader of that team to say you have to have the power to say, no. I'm telling you that X, Y, and Z is not good enough because of these three things, right? And if you don't have that power to do that,
I don't want to be the boss.
then what's the point of you being there? Why don't
Yeah, don't pay me to be the guy to make decisions, but you the overseer and you're the last say.
you're gonna make the decision anyway,
So
right? So yeah, so to me, this was Shane like saying, "Yeah, I don't care what you think about Austin. I'm not. Austin's not, driving the truck today. He's just not because the dude he doesn't even know his left from his right. So why would I let him drive the truck?
right,
So
it makes
I'm
sense.
gonna go get Joe, and Joe's gonna do it. That's basically what happened. And so now Chris is just like, "Oh, all right, whatever, dude." So
Another,
like
another thing too
in a way, Shane's gone rogue.
I think another thing too that I keep looking at just a replay in my head and just we got to stop getting OCs from Philly because they work with a lot of shit in Philly. They got a lot of talent in Philly to be this great team, this powerhouse team. When they come to a team like Indy, they don't have the same assets or same talent around, and don't have don't have the quarterback. And we keep getting these guys thinking, okay, we got Shane Steichen. We let Serena go over there. That's pretty much from us, but and we got Shane Steichen. I mean, why aren't we getting guys from like, the Rams, the Vikings, Bengals? Why are we just getting these guys that from Philly, and based off what they had for us talent with that team, we get in, and then they go here and okay, we have missing pieces here, missing pieces there. Defense is mid. Have a mid DC. What is going on with the cycle?
But honestly, it's like it's not Philly. It's not like Philly's like doing this great evaluation process when they draft their team. They're not. They're really not. They're just drafting the guy everybody else passes up on. Like they'll be like, man, that guy Andrew Makuba. Like, how come nobody drafted Andrew Makuba and we're sitting in the second round? There's like 5 safeties off the board. That guy had tested the best out of everybody. I'm just gonna go get that guy. Where are you gonna play him? He doesn't fit it. Oh, I don't know. We'll figure that out later. I've got coaches that know how to do that. Like that is a good organizational structure. Go look at all the good teams in the league. These guys just go get the BPA from like 95% of the. Go look at the Ravens. They switched the GM and they still draft the exact
Same shit. Yeah, they still got the same
They
flow.
still draft They still draft insane talent.
Yeah,
Go look at freaking the Chiefs.
yeah.
Go look at what Washington turned their team around in 6 months. They turned their team around.
Yeah.
The Rams, like when the Rams GM came, and they won a Super Bowl in 2 years. We're freaking year
went to
10.
12.
We can't even get it. We can't win more than 8 games.
It's different, Chris Ballard, and we got to see
Yeah.
that.
So, don't give me like Bill Polian built a team in Indianapolis. So we obviously Peyton Manning helped with that, but we had a lot of really dang good players, like Hall of Famers,
Correct.
on those teams. We were good for 10 years because Bill Polian knew how to build a team.
And I would even say 14 up until
Yeah.
Peyton Manning's last 3 years until he got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, really, like that team was. If Peyton Manning doesn't get hurt, you probably have like another opportunity at maybe 1, maybe 2 more Super Bowls, right? We're not having the. We would have never had Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is probably still in the NFL, right? Maybe not hurt, right? Like that whole thing never happens. You don't get. I mean, you don't know what happens, but like a lot of luck plays a factor, but it really comes down to leadership. This isn't rocket science. Like GMs are nothing. They don't do anything but lead. All they do is lead. They go hire people. They trust the people they hire, and they lead. And you're either really good at it or you're really bad at it.
Well, in this case, 8 seasons. We've seen enough.
Yeah.
It's enough. I don't want to see anymore. I don't
I
know
just don't
what.
care to see. I watch the team because I love my Colts.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't care.
I don't care about anybody. I'm kind of like I am with the Mavs. Don't care about Nico. Don't care about Jason Kidd. I'll watch Cooper Flag because he's number 1 pick, generational talent, best American basketball player to come out of American college basketball in
So many years. A lot of years.
LeBron, maybe. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we get 20 years of Cooper Flag. We don't know though. I was supposed to get 20 years of Luka, but now he's losing weight and scoring 30 against the Great Britons and for the Lakers. So.
Hey, we're not gonna bring that up. We're just gonna try to move past that. But you're making valid points. You're making valid points on this, and it shows that with the new GM, we should see a rise in back to the top with the Indy. The top could be back to when they, getting to the playoffs, winning playoff games, getting past the division round, getting to the AFC Championship, possibly getting to a Super Bowl. Right now, our ceiling is 8 wins, 9 wins, barely missing the playoffs. And then next year, say, in the offseason, we say, well, we was just close. We was just freaking close. We was 1 play away. If AR didn't get freaking hurt, we winning. Or if Dan Jones didn't throw an interception, we play away from stupid shit like that irritates you because you're good enough. You're not good enough to tank, but you're not.
If I put tape on my pencil today, maybe I can write that 5.
Right.
Like, what? It's always hypothetical with Chris Ballard. Listen, guys, playing cornerback in the NFL is really hard.
We know
Listen, guys, putting tape on this ball is really hard. You can't do it. You can't do it in the NFL. It's extremely difficult. We need another 15 years to figure this out.
I think you or Austin and a lot of us have been on the previous episodes. We have said it may be hard, but the league is a copycat league. Everybody is doing pretty much the same thing. You establish a quarterback, some are mobile quarterbacks.
Literally.
Yeah, and it's like he don't see that, within his own division. You see Cam Ward get drafted. You see Trevor Lawrence get drafted. You see C.J. Stroud turn a team that won a couple games. C.J. Stroud get there, they win back to back divisions.
This is why I say, man, this is you know what? I want a team to have the nerve, right? Now, obviously, maybe I'm over exaggerating. I want to find somebody that has the nerve to go find the best Madden YouTuber out there. Hire him as a GM. I guarantee you he can make a winning team in 2 years, 3 years. I don't think it's that hard. It's really not that difficult. 90% of the GMs, 95% of the GMs in this league are stupid. That's why there's no parity, because these GMs are dumb. That's why there's no parity in this league, and why do you think the same 4 or 5 teams are doing well? It's because it's the same 4 or 5 teams that have competent leadership. It's that simple to me. Like this isn't. They only make a shit ton of money because you have networks like the 4-letter word that want to put like $6 billion into buying out everything because Disney has all the money in the world. This isn't hard. This isn't. I don't think this. Maybe I'm just like pissed off and on this rant at this point.
Well,
I don't think it's that hard to build a competent team or to lead people in football. It just comes down to trust and respect and just common sense.
I wanna, I wanna feel so bad because even, I love a lot too. But Jerry Versus, you saw what happened with him and the Rams. I mean, God dog. I mean,
Look at how many people we passed up on. Terry McLaurin, the safety, Brian Branch. Like, we've been looking for
Landon
safeties for
Collins.
5 years.
Yeah,
We've been looking for safeties for 5 years. There was a guy 3 years ago we could have fixed. 4 years ago we could have fixed this.
he missed a lot too. Yeah.
It's just bad leadership, man. We're basically. You remember when the Cincinnati Bengals had all that talent with Marvin Lewis, and they just went like 8-8 and like 9-7 every year.
For like 10 years in a row.
Yeah, that's who we are right now. Except our Marvin Lewis is our freaking GM.
Yeah. Yeah, she said we tired of almost making it. Almost don't count. And that's where we are. We're just mid. That's pretty much point blank. We're mid. We're never a winning 10. We last time won 10 games. Rivers?
Yeah, what was that? Was that 5 years ago?
11-5?
Was that 2020?
Yeah, 2020 COVID year.
And most people are like, well, most people try to like erase 2020 out of the existence of the world. Actually, no, 2020 matters for the NFL because they didn't go through all this stuff.
Yeah.
So you don't even get that excuse. Like the world was normal during that season for you.
Yeah. So here he is, 4 years later, repeating the same thing. Is why is this guy have this long leash? If AR has a short leash, then why does the GM has a longer leash and he's putting his team together?
That's Jim Irsay's fault. Like, rest in peace. That's his fault. Jim Irsay should have fired Chris Ballard 5 years ago.
Especially when you had what year was that Justin Herbert year?
Wasn't that the year after Luck retired? I think the Justin Herbert year was weird, right? Because that was the year Luck retired because Justin Herbert got drafted that same year, right? And we drafted Quentin Nelson?
19.
Or was that the year after?
Nelson was 18.
Justin Herbert was 19? I thought they were the same draft. Let me check.
Nelson was 18 because they laughed at us for drafting a guard that high. Because I think we had a top 3 pick, but we traded down to 6 with the Jets. I can't hear you. But yeah, what you think, Austin? I know we pretty much just been talking. So how do you feel, man?
About what?
Chris Ballard and the leash that he has,
Oh,
which is
I mean, yes, it's ridiculous. We all agree he should have been gone a long time ago. And yeah, I mean, he's got to be the have the longest leash in the whole NFL. Like nobody's gonna do as bad as he's done and can still have a job.
we've seen Tennessee GM get cut after 1 year. Rand Cawthorn, yeah, former Colt, he got cut after 1 year. He just overspent and he got cut. Ballard gets 9 seasons, and we're still saying his what is that's what he said, Harish. His contract don't start until he get a quarterback, or whatever it is.
Well, he's got his quarterback, and he basically threw him to the curb. So the contract's over now, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, but I
You
just
throw
said
you throw him to the curb. Contract's over. So we got Nelson the 28 draft at 6. Oh no, it wasn't Justin Herbert. You know who they could have got? Guess who was pick 7?
when
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen was pick 7.
2018.
But we still had luck then. He wasn't
Yeah,
That's what I'm
retired.
saying. We still had luck, so we didn't. We're like, oh, we have Andrew Luck. Just go get him this like
guard.
insane offensive lineman, right?
Yeah,
In
2019
2019, we didn't have a first round pick.
we traded to
We
Washington.
traded to, was it
Or
Washington?
just saying,
There we go. Drafted. Okay, trades.
or was it for Buck?
Oh, was this? Yeah, this is the Buck trade.
Yeah, Niners. We had was it Winslow or Kinlaw?
Jets traded first round pick, 6th overall. So the 2018 first. No, we had this is the 2018 first rounder.
Yeah, we had 3 and they had 6, and we just swapped. And they got Sam Darnold.
Right.
Yeah, we got Nelson.
Where did our 2019 first round pick go?
They had to go to Niners or Buck. And they got Kinlaw,
That,
and we got Buck, and we paid him that 88 million, something like that, 85 million. So I think maybe 2020. How long Herbie been in the league?
yeah, that was the 20. Yeah, the 2020 draft. We traded out of the first round, right? Because
2020.
we got yeah, that was 2020. The 2020 draft. But what happened to our 2019 first round pick?
Let's see. I think that's yeah. I think
Because
that's
2019 is the year we traded down somewhere because we had two. That's when we got Rock Sin. What a pick that ended up being.
we traded to Washington then because they picked it. They picked Montez Sweat.
That's right.
Yeah. So we ended up
What
getting
was our record in 2019?
not. I mean, it pretty much at the bottom. Well, mid because we had Brissett starting that year.
Right, because that's your
The 2019 draft would have been the 2018 season, which was Andrew Luck last year, right?
With 2018 we were 10-6. 2019 we were 7-9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
Look.
the 2020 draft.
So yeah, 2020 we ended up getting Rivers
so,
I
to
was
so
at
go 10
I
and
was at
set.
the 2019 draft, and I remember us trading out of the first round on draft night.
Yeah, because we get DeForest Buckner on draft night.
yeah. That's 2020.
Remember it all? What
Uh,
now? I'm curious. I don't remember at all what happened.
Let's see. I'm pulling up now. Coach traded their 2020 first round pick, 13 overall. So yeah,
yeah, that
2019.
was for Buck.
Yeah. So your 2019 year was the 2020 draft, and it's when we traded Buck for Buck. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, okay. The Colts traded their first round pick in the 2019 NFL draft to Washington. Washington then selected Montez Sweat.
Yeah,
Colts got 46 and a 2020 second.
you're seeing the
So
type
in
of
that 2019 46, is that when we got Rock Sin?
Yeah,
We got Harris Campbell in that draft. Was that in the second round or?
I think so.
2019.
2019 draft.
Colts got 46 and a 2020 second round pick. So we got 2019. 40. We must have traded down again because 46 went to Cleveland. They got Greedy Williams.
Which was a bump. Uh, we had
Oh, you remember what this turned into?
Ben Banneker. Ben Banneker. We had 3 second round picks. Yeah, yeah. Rocky Sin, Ben Banneker, and Paris Campbell. So yeah, it was.
Rogerson. Yeah, Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell, when we're like, oh my God, look at Terry McLaurin. He's right there. Ben freaking Banneker. Guess who was 2 picks later?
Who?
AJ Brown. We got
DK.
Ben freaking Banneker. You remember like Chris Ballard's love obsession with Ben Banneker? Is that guy even in the league anymore?
This draft was ass. Corey Willis retired. Bobby Curry K.
2 picks.
Marvin
Guess
Tell.
who was 2 picks after Rocky Sin?
We had EJ Speed in the 5th round. This draft was ass.
Debo Samuel was 2 picks after Rocky Sin.
DK Metcalf too.
Yeah, DK Metcalf was like 3 picks after that.
Wow, yeah, this was. Yeah, he was terrible. Getting Corey Willis from Michigan State, he was injury prone, retiring. Marvell Tell from USC, ass.
Marvel. Jesus Christ.
Jerry Green, Barton Jackson.
And the thing that was so wild because he had that great draft in 2019, we allowed him to gaslight us into thinking that these guys were great.
This was.
Oh my God.
This is terrible. Yasin wasn't even that good. He was a penalty king. What?
That's when the excuses started. You remember what you remember what he said about Rocky Sin? Oh man, cornerback is really hard to play in the NFL. That's when he started that crap, and I was like, "What is this guy talking about?"
You know what? It started in 2017 when we got Quincy Wilson from Florida, and that guy was oh my God, 2017 because he was ass. Yeah, and then you had Clayton Gathers. Oh my God, yeah.
I love DeForest Buckner. Listen, obviously, I love DeForest Buckner. Love DeForest Buckner.
Yeah,
I freaking love DeForest Buckner. We could add CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, we didn't have receivers because at the time when we didn't start drafting receivers.
We were getting excited about Ashton Doolin.
Who else was it? It was Harris Campbell. T.Y. Hilton still playing around. I think he was still playing. He was still around.
T.Y. Hilton was running 9 routes and
Dante Moncrief
wearing his pinky, right? So
yeah, we didn't have.
We were getting excited about that.
Wow, we didn't start getting receivers until Pittman, right? He came in 20.
Yeah, Pittman was 2020.
Yeah,
and then like the next 2 or 3 years we got then we got somebody in 2021. I don't remember
because we got signed for Zach Pascal too.
Oh yeah, Zach. See,
yeah,
we let this guy gaslight us into so many bums. It's crazy.
Yeah, we definitely got
it's insane how many buns we let him gaslight us into. Isaiah said, real quick, Isaiah says, how do you feel about Trey Hendrickson? Isaiah, we'll get Trey Hendrickson in about 3 years when Ballard gets the letter in the mail that he's available. When he's out and he's collecting his check from the unemployment office.
I should have brought that up, but yeah, how I think a couple of days ago, actually Sunday, the Bengals announced that there will be taking offers for their All-Pro leading sack rusher, Trey Hendrickson. Now with Daniel Jones, you think that there's a possibility they can trade for him now?
What do we give up?
Well, they said they don't have to be an edge rusher like Kwity Paye, who's on an expiring contract.
You can have Kwity Paye. I don't want that guy sucks too.
But they said something like a young corner. We won't have any. They all hurt.
They're all hurt. You
So
can take them all. Hopefully your training staff doesn't suck. You can have them all.
they mentioned a first rounder and a young corner. They don't have to be a DN.
That's the thing. You can't give up a first rounder because we gave up on our quarterback. So we need the next couple of years of first.
Well, if the plan is to keep him another year, we can give up our first round pick.
You don't
2026.
know that yet, right? Like you won't know that until the end of the year. We don't know if that's the
I mean,
plan.
if we trade the
Shane
first
doesn't
round
know that's
pick, then we don't have a choice.
Yeah, we won't
Shane.
have a choice. Yeah, we won't have a choice but to keep him.
Yeah.
If the
Shane,
huh?
Shane doesn't even know if that's the plan. Shane probably won't be here tomorrow for all he knows.
Well, I was just saying that if the plan is to keep AR this year, 2026, we won't have to draft. We won't be drafting the quarterback at that time because the classes ain't really that well. 2027 is. So see what we have in his last final year.
No. The 2026 draft class is unreal. Here,
Oh,
I have a hot take.
okay.
Even if you keep AR, right? Let's just say you keep AR. I would draft a quarterback no matter what in 2026
Of the comp, yeah. Okay.
because there's so many guys here. I mean, obviously the top two guys in my opinion, because Arch isn't coming out. Garrett Nussmeier, Kate Klubnik, right? You have Lenore Sellers, Drew Aller, Sam Levitt. You have, you know, some guys like John Mateer. I don't know why. We'll find out about him. Maybe
So why you like
apparently he's pretty.
the guy from Penn State?
I think Drew Aller sucks. He needs to show. He needs to show that this year he's got some receivers. He needs to show that he can play this year. If he can play, you got Drew Aller, Nico Iamaleava. Like I don't know. Tennessee apparently doesn't know how to groom quarterbacks anymore either because they got rid of him. They're like, you know what? They basically called UCLA. They're like, hey man,
Oh, so
you
you're gonna let
guys
him do
want
that?
Joey?
You're
You
gonna let him
guys
do
like
that?
Joey Aguilar? And they're like, not really. You
You're
guys
gonna let
want
the guy say
Nico
that?
Iamaleava?
Austin.
They're like, yes, we do. And they basically traded quarterback. I don't know what I don't know what's going on over there. Maybe that guy, maybe Nico's pretty good. Maybe Fernando Mendoza is good. I don't know. I
Thanks,
mean,
sir.
there's like 5 or
You have
6
a good night.
quarterbacks in this class. So
Yeah, it's so you're saying this season, this off season this is an opportunity to go ahead and get the guy, and then just see what AR has, and you already have your guy groomed. That's what you're saying.
maybe if that's the plan. Unless the plan is to be like, if you keep everybody, let's just say they keep everybody. Let's just say we win 10 games, right? And they're like, yeah, we'll keep everybody, but we'll still. Then you trade AR, right? If you're going to keep everybody, and then just go draft the guy in the second round. Because you'll get one of these guys in the second round, right? Or late, in the first, or somewhere in the first round, right? If you don't, then you just suck next year. Just sell everybody, right? Start over as the new GM and be like, I'm going to start with Daniel Jones or Anthony Richardson. I'm going to sell everybody and win 1-2 games, and then go tell, and then just go wait for Arch in 2027, and then build from there.
I won't tell him that. I mean, we all know, we the favorites. We all know. We ain't gonna tell him anything. Just keep all this secret, okay? But we know we the favorites anyway. We the favorite child. So we ain't gonna tell nobody, okay? Just keep it secret.
I got nothing else, and I'm exhausted talking about this team and this.
Yeah, man. Let's go ahead and wrap it up, guys. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week with some more content regarding the coach. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, guys. Go ahead and let everybody know where we can find you guys and what y'all have. Well, what you have coming up, Harish, on Thursday.
Yeah. You can find me at the Uncle Gandhi. You can find us Thursday nights, Longhorn Fan Battle Podcast. Tune in Thursday. We will be revealing who we think our playoffs are going to be, or who's going to be in who we think is going to be in the playoff. We're going to predict our Heisman winners. I'm going to Vegas next month, so I'm going to go all out, and I'm going to go throw 100 on Arch to win the Heisman this year. So, and then we're going to predict national champs. And then next week is game week, baby. Is week 1 next week.
Yeah, going
College
0
football
1.
fans, for you hardcore like me, college football starts Saturday. Iowa State, Kansas State, and Ireland. unreal matchup. Like that's gonna be an insane game. So it's gonna be fun. Yeah, you can catch us Thursday. Myself, my boy Tim Wayne. We'll have our official season preview this week. Start our weekly coverage. Week 1, Texas Ohio State.
Yes, sir. I hope for a great season for your team. Also with the votes. Go ahead, Austin.
You don't. No. Hold on, real quick. Hold on. You do not. You do not wish that. Stop that nonsense,
I'm trying to be positive, okay?
man. You don't. You don't really wish that.
Okay, you're right. You're right. Okay. I wish y'all go O and whatever. Okay.
All right. Well, we're not talking about Bama's record. Y'all can't even beat Oklahoma. So I'm definitely not talking about y'all.
New year. New year.
See, the Colts fan in you is definitely wearing out. Yeah, we can tell.
You might be right. Go ahead, Austin.
Yeah, you can find me at Cookie Austin 2.
You can find me at Who Is Josh Senior, and you can find our podcast at HS Mob Podcast. You can find it on all platforms. You also can check it out on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share, let everybody know, spread the word. But on that note, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. We see y'all next week, same time, same place, same Coast fan. Not 9:30 Eastern time. Teresa, next week. Oh, on Thursday. She said what time? Harish.
Yeah, same thing. 9:30 Eastern Thursdays. Um, if you're interested in tuning in, Teresa, I'll find a way to get you the link. Or you go follow us on Twitter, LHFB, on Twitter, and I
Hey,
post every
you said A.
LHF at LH Fan Battle.
Yes, I was about to repeat it and I messed it up.
We're almost at 3,000 followers, so go follow us there as well. I think we're at
Wait,
2,913.
where's there you go.
We almost at 1,500 TikTok followers. So
Ooh,
we're chugging along down there. But we need to get to 100 YouTube followers. So go subscribe to the YouTube channel at Longhorn Fan Battle.
yeah, check out, subscribe to their YouTube channel and also follow them on X. Just don't follow when they play Alabama. But, yep, we're gonna go ahead and get out here, guys. See y'all next week, same time. Check out Thursdays with Harish. We're out, guys.